Marco, you're an obedient boy, very different from your sister. Aelian was always performing. Even her birth was a grand exhibit. She refused to come out, and when she did, she seemed not to be breathing. But she was fooling us, of course, and soon she was bounding around, picking daffodils and singing elven hymns. Not even I could catch her or stop her, and I'll admit I didn't even want to try. Aelian was a free spirit in those days. The day I confined her to rules would be the day she'd lie down and stop her heart from beating. But Marco, you were a different matter. Your birth was long but uneventful. You did not cry when you were born, and I realized there was much more Fae in you in that sense. Everyone knows that Fae babies have peculiar traits for survival. Your sister, she was Eladrin, fair and beautiful, but you were dark and brooding. You kept to yourself, and so as you grew, there were so many things that I meant to tell you, but I never got the chance. I suppose I always figured there would come a proper time, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. I hope you are sitting down. More importantly, I hope you have shaved that awful mustache. You remember your childhood in the Feywilds? You and Aelian would play together in the forest there. It seemed like we spent a lifetime there. I remember it so clearly in my head as if it were yesterday, and then suddenly it fogs over like a grey mist. I never meant to take you from there, Marco, but my wanderlust was far too great, and they warned us that once we left, we mightn't find our way back again. I knew the risks, but the calling was too great in me. I longed to return to the world. What I discovered upon leaving the Feywild was a dark place on the brink of turmoil. The Eladrin, our people, had lost the battle of 1,000 nights. We were a persecuted and hunted people. The Fey were gone, the dragons, the elves, all gone. How long had we been living near the Feywild? I suddenly felt as if I'd awoken from a century-long sleep. The rest you remember clearly. The years of travel, the visits to Jin, Shambhala, Stonehold, Tradesdale, Cothrom, and Elendora, where we finally came to rest for a while. Yet there was always an impending sense of danger. And so when you were only a child, I thought it wise to teach you and Aelian how to live as humans. You took to it right away, Marco, for though you were a quiet thing, you were a master of illusion. Aelian, I fear, did not submit so willingly to become that which she was so against. Well, it defied her very nature, and from that day forward, I saw the light fading from her eyes. So I knew when you decided to take your travels to Cothrom, we could not go with you. Aelian would surely be discovered. It broke my heart to watch you go, but I hoped I made the right decision. We suffered after you left, Marco. Aelian went into a sickness from which no Eladrin heal could cure. They advised more sunlight. But I knew Aelian was dying from heartbreak. She missed the Feywild as I did. She asked after your father. I was forced to tell her the truth. Your father was a full-blooded Fey, Marco. He met me along the northern road, and he captured my heart. Our courtship lasted either years or days. I cannot remember now. The details surrounding him have become shrouded in that mist. It is ever so frustrating, I can tell you that. And sometimes I believe it all to be a dream. Other times I think I'm going mad. I may be your mother, Marco, but I'm still a resourceful woman. I have my contacts in the city of Cothrom. They wrote me letters of your progress. I knew about your dealings with a woman called Alundra, and I'll admit I liked it not. Whether your connection to the causest cause was for the love of her or to protect us, I'll never know. But if I had not become so preoccupied with your sister, I would have written you earlier and begged you to come home. There can be no winning side in a war over magic. There is no right and there is no wrong, only what is. Now that may sound like the causist way, but I can assure you it is not. The causists believe in chaos theory. True followers of magic believe in reasonable structure, Marco. If you receive this letter in time, know that the prophets of Elendora have foreseen a darkness surrounding Cothrom. I implore you, return home to us before it happens. Perhaps together we can find our way back home to the Feywilds, though I fear it may be lost to us. Your sister is gravely ill, but they speak of moving us. I know not how long we shall remain in this place. The one memory I cling to, of your father, that is, perhaps the only memory available to me, is one in which he and I are sitting beside a lake, plucking lilies from the water. He turns to me with his mercilessly amber eyes, and he tells me, as long as we know the elven